This is the third and final part of the Fujifilm GFX 100 Mark II series. Part 1 was a mini car film featuring a Porsche 911 Safari built by Flatsix. Part 2 was a breakdown of how that video was made and specifically some of the lessons I've learned making budget car films over the years. Some people took exception to that, you know, GFX and budget being in the same sentence, but I'll let you guys sort that one out. Part 3, let's talk about the camera. What's it like to use? Is it as good as Fuji says it is for video? I mean, medium format video, it's like IMAX video almost. Is this truly a hybrid medium format camera? I don't even know if that's ever existed before. Let's get the basic facts out of the way. 101 megapixel medium format sensor, which is larger than full frame. Internal body image stabilization, phase detect autofocus, and a new processor allowing for faster sensor readout to make it a faster medium format camera and give it all these video features that Fuji has claimed. Now let's imagine all the features of the GFX being members of a jazz band. Now I'm not really concerned with how good each band member plays. What I'm more concerned with is how does a band sound all together, right? What is the overall experience of shooting with the GFX?
A little S&M on a Sunday.
Yeah, every time I bring this out, someone makes the same joke. Switch the tracking from animal to car.
Let's talk about video performance first. Fuji has tried to squeeze every last bit of performance out of this camera. And that's a good thing. I mean, they're not holding back, there's no cripple hammer here, but it does come at a cost. When you're pushing something to its limits, what ends up happening is you end up becoming very aware of those limits. Kind of like Ryan's driving the video. When you're shooting video with the GFX, you are constantly facing trade-offs. So for example, got a medium format sensor. The first thing you want to do is, well, I want to shoot medium format video, right? You want to use the full width of the sensor. Well, the processor can't quite handle that, so we're going to crop the top and bottom off. So you're going to get a very wide aspect ratio, which looks nice, but also you're getting pretty bad rolling shutter performance. So you may be asking, wait, so I can't shoot 16:9 with the full sensor on this thing? What? Like, no, you can, but there's another trade-off for that. You're going to get much better rolling shutter performance, so that's a good thing, but then it's pixel binned, meaning it's downsampled footage. So all the stuff that we shot in nature when the car was ripping through dirt and whatever, all of that was in the 4K, which is the downsample, because I knew I'd get better rolling shutter performance for those things. And since the camera was moving and some of it was handheld, I couldn't have a bunch of jello-y rolling shutter. So I opted for the 4K, but the footage left a lot to be desired for my taste. Can I get a 16:9 that's not downsampled? You can get an 8K, which is great, but that's cropped on all sides. So it's 16:9, but you're cropping it on the whole sensor. And again, you're getting not so great rolling shutter performance. Because you're right at the edge of what this thing can do, you're constantly making trade-offs. Let's go back to our jazz band analogy. Let's imagine that you've got a star pianist it's the band leader. Everyone comes from all over the world to see them. This is the sensor in our analogy, the GFX sensor. And they're incredible. And the rest of the band is stellar, but not quite to the level of this piano player. Let's say the processor, the drummer, is great, but can't quite keep up with this pianist. You can't see the full glory of the piano because he has to kind of bring down his level to what the rest of the band can handle. And that's kind of what's going on here. I don't know if that makes sense. I don't play music.
Because I'm gonna put it on a tripod, so it's like locked off, and then you just see a little...
So this is almost more of a philosophical question of a product is, should a product stay well within its limits of what it can do so that the limits are not noticeable? This could give you a more kind of consistent and seamless experience. I think a great example of this camera-wise is the Sony FX3, which I'm filming this on right now. Or do you push the limits as far as you can to show what's possible, knowing that the user experience is likely to brush up against those limits? And brushing up against those limits means trade-offs or compromises, and that might be suboptimal. I think the answer to that question is pretty subjective. And just remember all this trade-off stuff, I'm talking video. Photography-wise, this thing is, I don't think you can really criticize it. It's incredible. 16-bit RAW. The new processor means you can shoot faster continuous mode. It's got better autofocus than before. It's a 101 megapixel medium format sensor. The detail is insane. I have no criticism of it's just, you know, if you can afford it, get it for photography. I think it could arguably be the best camera in the world. I think you could easily make that argument for photography. And the lenses are incredible too. If you're looking to get the GFX 100 Mark II because of its video features, because of these new video features, like, oh, this could be a cinema camera, I'd say nah. Not really. I think that Fujifilm X-H2S is a far more capable video camera. But if you're looking at arguably, like I said, the best camera in the world photography-wise, it's a photography-first camera. That hasn't changed. But what it's capable of with photography, and then for it to be able to, I mean, you saw what we shot. The fact that you can also do that with a medium format camera, hats off to Fujifilm. Photos that were taken on the GFX are available in my print shop. Link will be in the description. And the other 2 videos, if you haven't seen them, go check them out, because that will inform a lot of the stuff I'm talking about here. See you next time.
I thought you were going.
Oh shit. I don't know. I said just give me a heads up next time.